Merry meets everyone. Today we're going to be working on a love powder. So it's a little bit different than what I have done in the past. So this is going to be a powder that you would put on your candles after you've anointed them with oils and stuff. So it's great for your candle magic. You can also use it in your other spell work. However you choose to use it, but this is just a love powder. You can use it for whatever it is that you choose to use it for. So as you can see here, I have several different things. You're going to need a bowl to put everything in. You're going to need a jar. I have went ahead and cleansed all of my items that I've been working on. I've talked about this in the past. If you choose to cleanse your items first, then you'll want to do that before you start. I'll get into the items as we're starting the spell work, but the other thing that you're going to need is you're going to need a coffee grinder. This is one of those cheapy ones that you can pick up anywhere. I think I paid 10 bucks for it, several years ago. My husband doesn't use it too often anymore, so I have a jasmine incense going. It's over there because I didn't want it smoking up the camera, so I just set it off to the side, but it is, right here where I'm doing my working. So we're going to put everything in a bowl first, and then we will use the coffee grinder to grind it all up, and then we'll bottle it. So I lost my train of thought, sorry. So we're going to start with the catnip. Catnip is really good for happiness, and personally I feel that any type of love working that you're going to be doing, you need happiness to be part of that. So we're going to add some catnip, and I am going to enchant it like I always do in between each herb. So, as always, you go by your intuition of what amount you think you need to use. I always like to make extra, I like to have stuff on hand, so go ahead and enchant that for happiness. Okay. So now we're going to use cinnamon, and cinnamon is really great for love. It does have other aspects to it, but today we're going to be using it for love. So and this is just powdered cinnamon. Since we're making a powder, I just went ahead and used the powdered cinnamon. So go ahead and enchant the cinnamon for love. So the next one is jasmine. Jasmine is also for love, but it also brings, in my opinion, a softness to the love. So, a softness and a sweetness to your love. So we want our love to be not only passionate, but we do want it to be, have that sweet aspect to it, so it'll be long lasting. So once again, go ahead and enchant that. So the next one is going to be rose petal. As you guys know, I don't really go by color when we're talking about rose. I have several different types of rose here. Most of it's pink rose petal, but use whatever type of rose petal you're drawn to, or you could use rose buds, whatever it is that you feel you want. But rose is going, in my opinion, is going to be bringing in that passion that we want to enhance our loving relationship. So go ahead and enchant that for passion. Okay, the next ingredient is sage, and I just picked this piece off of the sage bundle. So sage is great for protection. It's good to add to this, so you add that little layer of protection for your loving relationship, that other things can't come in and interfere with your relationship and, you know, kind of muck everything up. So go ahead and enchant that. So the next one is lavender. Lavender we're going to put in for longevity, because when we're talking about a loving relationship, we want it to be long-lasting. So we want to add something for longevity for that, and I chose lavender. So go ahead and enchant that for longevity. Okay. So the next thing is coffee. So coffee is really great for lust. So in any type of, you know, loving relationship, you want to have that element of lust, you know, so you're lusting for each other. You still want to be with each other and have that, you know, passionate and lust for each other. And that's what, you know, makes the relationship work, is you still have those little elements that, you know, let each other know that you still desire each other. So I'm going to add some coffee, and this is just my husband's coffee that he drinks every morning. So I'm just adding a little bit to that. So I am going to go ahead and enchant the coffee for the power of lust. So the next thing I'm going to be using is property dirt. This is going to be our grounding element. I have started doing this in all of my practices. My personal practice right now is kind of going through a shift, so I'm trying new things, and one of those new things is adding an element of grounding to each one of my spell works. So property dirt is this is from my property where I live, so it's going to ground this powder, you know, to the earth, and bring it into our reality, and, you know, because that's what we want. We want what we're desiring to come to fruition in our reality. We don't want it just to kind of float around out there in the ether. So that's why I'm adding this. You could easily add stones if you would like. Any other type of dirt that you feel drawn to adding, you can. But any element of, you know, earth will be sufficient for this. You could easily add salt if you would like. But like I said, I feel very drawn to be using my own property dirt, because we worked really hard to get this property over many, many years, and it holds a lot of power for me. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. And then I'm going to go ahead and enchant that dirt to ground this working to, you know, to reality, and so it will come to fruition in, you know, real life and all of that. So for some reason I can't find my words today. I'm sorry. So go ahead and enchant that. You can just stir this up and use it just like this if you want. But like I said, I'm going to put mine in the coffee grinder because this is going to be a powder. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to plug my coffee grinder in, and I'm going to put a couple scoopfuls in it, grind it up, and then add it to my little jar. So I'm not going to do that on camera because it's going to be noisy and all of that. So I will show it. I'll come back and show you what it looks like when I'm done. And then, you know, we can kind of discuss a little bit more about what you can do. Okay, so this is what it looks like when you're done with it. It's just all ground up. So once again, what you can use this for is you can use it for candle work. You can dress your candles with it. You can also just use it for regular spell work. You know, if you're doing a candle spell, you can sprinkle it around the candle to add intention. You could use these in, you know, sachet and mojo bags. You could use them in poppets. The sky's the limit. So I just wanted to go ahead and share this with you because I will be having a video coming out soon that I'll be using this in. So stay tuned. I do have some candle magic videos coming up, and this is for part of that. So it turned out really nicely in the coffee grinder. It grinds it up into a really fine powder, so that's really nice. You could probably also use a food processor if you have one, or a blender, or you could just use your mortar and pestle. You know, whatever you got on hand. But it's just a different way to be able to use, you know, your herbs in a different function. So I thought I would go ahead and share it with you. So I hope everybody has a good day, and I will see you next time. Blessed be.